Michael Bublé, Jason Derulo. What's up? So you guys getting together and doing this thing here. To me, this is like Shaggy and Sting. I did not see this thing coming here. What are we doing?
We're just, you tell him, man.
Oh man, I mean, it's so exciting. If you don't know me, you can get to know me a little bit because when I was about 15, 16 years old,
Okay.
Over and over and over again, I would listen to Michael Bublé. Like there was a time period where I actually thought that I was gonna sing jazz music.
Yeah, you said that. That's true.
That's wild.
Yeah, so Mike was, like a big inspiration in that era, fast forward a bunch of years later, I meet Mike at a party, and we see each other in passing, we become decent friends or whatnot, and I end up calling Mike, because I had an idea, I was like, I want to do a Christmas song this year, and I'm gonna call my guy and see if I can put together a massive Christmas song.
Mr. Christmas here, right?
Yeah, it was like a bright idea, I thought I was, creating something new under the sun, but apparently Mike probably, gets that call a lot.
Jason was the 19th gigantic celebrity they called me in the last 2 weeks.
Christmas.
Yeah, man. Of course, yeah.
So tell them how that call went, Mike. You do it better.
You said, dude, I have this idea. And I was like, is it Christmas? Well, it was close to. It was close. And because no joke, if I told you the people.
Like how many people call you about Christmas stuff?
Of course. Well, listen, because I think people think like, oh, it's easy. You just,
right.
Anyway.
Yeah, just sing,
But I was like, but the truth was, I've always been a fan. Like we met years and years ago on the same label. He was doing promo, and we really liked each other. And then we met at parties and stuff, and started to tag. Like so, we were friends. So I always loved the music he made. Loved him as an entertainer. And I was like, and I knew how smart he was.
Yeah.
And so I let him have it. I mean, in a good way. I said, you are a highly intelligent dude. I said, listen, people need to know that there's great potential in taking me being a singer, Great American Songbook, jazz, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't want to say I'm the next guy, but I mean, I'm lucky enough to be one of the lucky people, like along with Gaga, that gets to keep this wonderful flame alive. And I was like, dude, the roots of jazz and the music I love, they grow into this, they branch into this wonderful music that you do. I was like, come on, man, find a way for it to work. As a matter of fact, what you might know or not know is that as I was having that conversation, I'm working with Macklemore on something that's completely different. But again, it's this mix of this old school stuff.
Right.
And he was like, oh yeah, man, hung up. My wife was like, who was that? I said, that was Derulo. She's like, oh, dude, okay, you were kind of tough there. I said, no, I was. And she's like, no, you were just straight. And I was like, okay. And I just thought, well, listen, I've told him what I feel.
Right.
2 days later, he called me and he was like, dude, the conversation, it struck something. I've gone in. I think I have something. And I was like, okay. And I was excited because, again, I can't reiterate how smart I know he is. And, dude, I was emotional. There's no joke. I was emotional. I was in the car, and I heard about 25 seconds of this demo he made. I knew.
Right. So is Spicy Margarita, is that your idea then to put that on top of Sway? Was that you?
Yeah. So I took what Michael told me. He was like, it's a shame that, this is not done. And I was like, damn. Well, who does Clash of Worlds better than me? I mean, this is kind of right up my alley. I can figure this out. So went back to the drawing board with a couple of friends, and and I was super excited on the night. I was like, we did it. We made magic tonight.
Yeah.
But I had to make sure that it was magic, because a lot of times you can make a song and that evening you're just really excited, right? So you gotta wait a little bit to get past that.
Then you hear it in the light of day. You're like, wait, is this as good as I thought it was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Why it's so great, in my opinion, is we all know that obviously that melody of Sway is a really great melody. It's a big, huge, massive hit for years, right?
Yep.
It was the interpolation that came from him using that, but then building what I thought was a song that easily lived up to how great that melody was. my favorite part of the song isn't my part of the song. Like, I love that it's a hook. I love that that's a great hook. But what he's written to basically
to compliment back and forth,
dude, to sit this song into, that is the song. Like if it's me at home, I'm not singing my part. I'm singing shot, 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 shot. I just can't stop. You're the only one. And what I loved especially was, because we're both international guys. I mean, I love America. We love living here and working here. But we also, like, dude, just like me, I went and toured 40, 50 countries this year. He's going to go off now and do that too.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
I love this international flair that musically.
The two guys come together.
So him and his producers coming up with this beautiful, beautiful groove, pop vibe, fat beats. And then me going to my musical director, Nick, and us coming up with this beautiful orchestration with all these strings and horns and all, it was just a beautiful mix.
When we heard the song for the first time, we were in the studio, and immediately after maybe 2 seconds, I went, "Oh!" And I just like looked at them because I haven't felt that kind of like reaction from a song in a very long time. But right away, this is going to be a fun song.
Well, I just got chills by you saying that. I mean, it really means a lot. You can play it for your mom all day, and she's gonna like it. But hearing that come from you it means a lot. Thank you.
Well, I think Jill wants to learn the TikTok dance. Do we have a dance for this yet?
There's got to be a dance that accompanies this that we can do.
I don't know yet. I have no idea what's happening.
I think you just put a song out. Is that it?
No, I can't do that. I cannot do that.
That is too spicy. Put it away.
I can see a lot of dads doing that one.
That's what I'm talking about. I'll send you a spicy link. You can use it.
You know what's funny? I was out with my buddies.
Get close to that mic.
I was out with my buddies, and they're hockey players. They play in the NHL.
Yeah.
And they were like, "So what are you doing, man?" I said, "No, I'm gonna go to LA. I got this thing with Jason Derulo."
Yeah.
And their faces, that's the face. They went, "What? Jason Derulo? What?" And I said, "Yeah, we have a song together." And they're like, "What?" And I said, "Yeah." So I sent them the song, and they were in the car driving home, and they started to call me, and they were like, "Dude, this is," because they couldn't. Yeah. You understand? They could not get through their head how Bublé and what do you mean? And it's so much fun when something is that instant and visceral where they go, "Oh my God."
It clicks.
Even, It's just, quick.
You know what's cool about it too is I think people have like misconceptions all the time of artists working together and stuff.
Totally.
But inherently, you guys, at the very base of who you are, great human beings, and also it's music.
Yeah.
Music speaks to all of us, and you can listen to jazz, you can listen to pop, you can listen to Irish folk songs and find something that just grabs you, because when somebody sings something from the heart, that's the amazement of music,
Absolutely. Totally. And also it is great material, right? But also it cuts through the noise. It sounds like absolutely nothing that's out right now or ever, and I think it's a very bold kind of decision as well to be the first single on my album. It's a very bold decision because it is unlike anything else. And I think you have to take risks in music as well, right? You can't, if you start to fall into what everybody else is doing, you just can't cut through the noise, Especially
if you're just if you're doing like what they want you to do, right? Like the record company says, "Hey, you got to put this out," but it's not exactly maybe what you want or something.
Yeah, because after one person puts out a hit, everybody tries to make that song.
Yeah.
Well, that was a trip for me too, talking to him. I was in New York a couple of weeks ago, and he called me and he said, like, "Hey, Mike, this is going to be," because what I thought was, and I mean naively, I thought him and I were going to do some cool thing, and it'd be fun because we're buddies, and we'll put it out. It'll be a single on its own. And then you said, like, no, this is the feature song of the album. And I was like, what? Literally, I called my manager. I said, "Dude, this is not what we thought it was going to be." And I asked you, Jason, I was like, what happened? Like, did you decide that? And you said to me that your record company, basically everybody had called you and gone like, "Yeah, this is."
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, you can have feelings for yourself, right? And be like, "This song is great." But when you play songs for people, you can tell the difference in songs, right? And for this particular song, the reaction has just been really, really crazy. And it reminds me of like some of my biggest songs, like when you play it and on first listen, people are like, "Holy,"
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a very, very different.
And as an artist for me, how cool is it that now when this thing it'll become a big hit. I bet you I don't know where it'll go first, if it's going to be here or Europe, but that now all of a sudden, after 20-something years of me, you seeing me in suits or tuxes,
Sure.
I now can finally perform without my shirt on.
God, dude.
It's not.
Are you ready for it?
It's not going to be pretty.
I don't know what's under that sweatshirt, but are you ready
Looks
for it?
like a sexy potato.
Come on, buddy, right?
Yeah, but I'm still it's gonna do it. There's abs way deep somewhere.
Dude, really though.
They're in there.
I genuinely feel like that first listen is the exact same feeling
Yeah.
I get when I'm out and I see a spicy margarita on the menu. Like, that's my drink, dude. If I see one of those, I'm like, that's what I'm ordering. Like,
Right.
hands down, it's a bold drink. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
feel like when I heard that song, I kind of got nervous at first. I was like, I love a spicy margarita. So, like, I'm going into the song, like,
You didn't want them to
expecting
ruin
love
your
it.
spicy margaritas.
I didn't want to ruin the spicy margarita.
Put tahini on the rim and off you go.
And I got 10 seconds of that song, and I was like, thank God. Man, thank God. Do you have what's your ideal spicy margarita? Like, where do you go?
You're gonna think I'm weird, man. But the first thing I did when this happened, I have a whiskey called Fraser and Thompson.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's out. It's pretty new. And
Is this yours?
Yeah, and it's
Okay.
mine. And the first thing I did literally was call one of the most famous mixologists on the planet. And I was like, can you make a spicy margarita with my whiskey? And he was like, yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
And I was too excited. I called Jason. I was like, Jason, I'm telling you right now, I think we're gonna end up doing it. I think today we're making it.
Yeah, we're actually gonna make a gigantic one. We're gonna make the biggest spicy margarita of all time.
Is it
Okay.
like a world's record thing?
Yeah, 100%.
This is the best day of my life.
You know what's so weird? Like
you
a lot
guys
of
wanna come
artists.
by, we're
No, we
making-
should because a lot of artists like have their own like wine label, whiskey label, whatever, son. And they usually bring something with them.
Yeah, I got
That's a
it.
common occurrence. Oh, you have the
I
bottle
do
of
have
whiskey
it.
just sitting right. I
I
must
do have
be.
it. I'll bring you. Let's go.
It's downhill right now. Hey, is everyone's family doing well? You guys are all good, kids?
Oh man, so good.
Right?
So good, yeah.
Thank you, man.
Good deal, man.
I
You
was-
guys both have young kids too.
Yeah, I got 4.
And you've got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
One of the, near the same age.
Oh wow.
And what's funny is I was saying, and it's the truth. I
Yeah.
took my daughter out last week,
Right.
And I walk her to the ducks.
Yeah.
You know, we have these little duck park near our house, and I'm trying to play her Barbie and the Wiggles.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she doesn't talk yet. She's. I played. I'm not joking.
Spicy margarita.
margarita 70 times. Oh, and she
Really?
can't. She has a few words, and one
Right.
of them is mas, because
Yeah.
my wife is Argentinian, you know. And every time if she say mas, mas, more.
Look at that.
And now the first words are, and this is no joke, her first words are, shot, shot, shot,
Oh my God.
shot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, dude.
Yeah, man.
Good job.
You know, it's funny when I said, now you can see me going, am I a good father? Yeah. What were her first words? Shot, 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 shot.
Father of the year.
Yo.
Jason's album is coming out February 16th. Also on this, by the way, Adam Levine, Michael, obviously, Megan Trainor, Nicki Minaj, Dido. Dude, look at that. I love
Dude,
that.
I love these people that I'm surrounded with. This is
Yeah.
amazing, dude. And it's called New King.
It's called New King.
Can you
yeah.
explain that to me?
Yeah. So my son's name is Jason King.
Yeah.
And he is, I hope to set the path for him to live the kind of life that he wants to live.
Yeah.
So to me, he's my new king. Yeah.
I love it, too.
And also, I feel like I'm entering the part of my life that I've always waited for. And 2023 was a caterpillar stage, and just getting prepared for 2024, which I believe is going to be a huge, huge moment musically. And this album is a culmination of all the hard work that I've been putting for years straight. I haven't put out an album for 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we've been waiting. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been 5 long years. So I really wanted to put something together that was very cinematic, very pulverizing in a lot of ways. And you'll hear me like you've never heard me before on this album. And yeah, this is the first offering. Spicy Margarita is the first offering. Could be
So
excited.
I think you're at that spot, and I've got a 15-year-old, so my guy's a little older than you guys. You're like, am I doing it right? Tim's in the background. He's got a great grown son that I know. And you're like, am I doing it right? Am I being the good dad? And I think you both are in those spots where you're like, you kind of check yourself. Your character is somewhat defined when you come into this world, right? But I think our character grows and changes throughout our lives. I'm always kind of questioning myself. Am I doing it right? And every day you just try and be the good dad you can be,
Yeah,
really.
we've talked about this before.
Yes,
and
yes.
it's interesting, right? Because actions are expensive and words are cheap. And
Right.
I think our kids see how we treat other people. I think, look, we're living in a very cynical world. I don't want to get too dark.
No, I hear you.
But I mean, man, kindness, empathy, loyalty,
Right.
love.
Right.
These are things that your kids see. They see how you treat other people. And it's strange. I can see how your employees look at you.
Yeah.
And I can tell they fear you.
Yes.
But that's... No, I
the way
like,
it should
dude, and
be.
you
Working
know
on that,
the vibe that you come in here with. That's what your kids see. They see
love
Poppy
it.
treating people like that,
Yeah.
and that's sort of
Right.
It's a lot easier for them to follow and see. That's how my
Right.
dad. That's how my dad speaks and treats and talks to people. It's way easier.
Listen, let me give you one failing, and maybe this will guide you guys in the future talking about spicy margaritas and stuff. My wife did tell me one time when my son was probably about 3 or 4, they were at the grocery store and they're walking past the wine aisle, and my son looks over and goes, "Daddy juice." So let that be a guide. I don't know. You know, they see what we do. You know,
Yeah. His first words were shot, 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 shot.
Mike Bublé, Jason Derulo.
I don't know what's worse.
What are you gonna say, Jason? I'm sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying I don't know which story was worse.
Daddy juice or shot, 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 shot. Thanks, guys.